If you're a man over 60 and you've started feeling like your body is slipping away from you, like your drive is fading, your intimacy is stalling, and your strength just isn't there anymore, listen carefully. Because what's draining your vitality may have nothing to do with aging, and everything to do with what you've been ignoring in your own kitchen. No one told you that one small, forgotten fruit could be quietly healing, or silently sabotaging, your prostate, your hormones, and your manhood. Stay with me, because what you're about to hear might change everything. I'm Dr. Mary Blake, a board-certified urologist with over 30 years of experience helping men over 60 feel like themselves again, without pills, without shame, and without false promises. I've spent my life listening to the stories no one else hears, and helping men reclaim parts of themselves they thought were gone forever. Here's the truth: most men your age think their decline is inevitable. They think frequent nighttime urination, weak flow, low desire, and disappearing morning erections are just part of getting old. But it's not. The real problem is silent inflammation inside the prostate, caused or worsened by the way you've been eating. And in this video, I'll reveal 5 simple fruits, yes, fruits, that have been quietly restoring blood flow, reducing swelling, and reawakening intimacy in my patients for decades. One man, 74, slept through the night for the first time in 6 years after just 10 days. Another saw morning performance return in under 2 weeks. I'll show you exactly how they did it, and how you can too. But if you ignore this, if you keep thinking it's just age, you risk slowly shutting down the very system that makes you feel alive. Watch until the end. Don't miss this, it could be the most important thing you hear this year. They told you it was just aging. That the urgency at night, the weaker stream, the way you have to push or wait, or the quiet loss of interest you haven't dared to mention, was simply the price of growing older. But the truth is, something much deeper is happening. If you're a man over 60, what you're feeling may not be just age catching up to you. It's inflammation. Silent, chronic, and slowly growing right inside your prostate. And the worst part? You don't see it. You don't feel it, until the damage is already there. But stay with me, because it gets worse. This inflammation presses against your bladder, makes you feel like you always need to go, even when you don't. It interrupts your sleep. It leaves you tired during the day. It messes with your mood. And it chips away at your confidence, little by little, until one day, you stop recognizing the man in the mirror. Over time, it doesn't just affect how you pee. It affects how you perform, how you connect, how you feel like a man. And if you think that's bad, listen to this. It doesn't stop on its own. This isn't like a cold that gets better with rest. The longer you ignore it, the more your hormones suffer. The more blood flow slows. And the more you begin to accept that this is just how life is now. But no one told you this. No one explained how something as simple as inflammation inside your prostate could be stealing your vitality. Because no one wants to talk about it. Not your friends. Not your doctor at a 5-minute checkup. Certainly not the commercials selling you pills. They told you it was normal. That losing your desire, your drive, even your ability to stay firm, was just part of being an older man. But it's not. It's not normal. It's common, yes, but not natural. And it's not irreversible. No one wants to say this, but you need to hear it: your body is not broken. It's inflamed, overloaded, and crying out for the right kind of support. I remember one of my patients, let's call him Henry. He's 71. Retired fireman. Widower. He told me, "Doc, I can't even look at my wife's photo anymore without feeling like I failed her." He hadn't been intimate in over 4 years. Not because he didn't want to, but because his body had stopped responding. He was too ashamed to talk about it with anyone. He said he felt invisible, like no one saw what he was going through. He was getting up 4 times a night to urinate, exhausted during the day, and too embarrassed to admit it to his sons. And sadly, he's not the only one. That's why we're talking about this. Because men like you deserve more than silence. You deserve real answers. You deserve to know there's still time. still a path forward. Stay with me, we're not done yet. You need to hear what comes next. Now let's talk about exactly what you can do, starting today. You've heard the warnings, you've felt the consequences, but here's the truth, your body still listens when you treat it right. You'll learn practical steps, simple foods, and timing that helps reduce inflammation and support prostate health naturally. These aren't pills, and they're not gimmicks. These are proven habits from real patients with real results. Don't miss what's next, this could be your turning point. Secret number 1, kiwi, the vitamin C balm that calms your prostate. You were taught that prostate problems need prescriptions. But the truth is, one of the strongest anti-inflammatory tools may already be in your fridge. Kiwi isn't flashy. It's not some exotic superfruit. But for your prostate, it's quietly powerful. Why? Because kiwi is loaded with vitamin C, one of the most potent antioxidants your body needs, especially after 60. When your prostate is inflamed, vitamin C helps neutralize oxidative stress that fuels swelling. And when swelling drops, pressure on your bladder eases, and those urgent nighttime trips start to fade. Many men don't realize this, but kiwi also supports gut health through its fiber. That matters more than you think. A healthier gut means better hormone balance, better nutrient absorption, and less inflammation overall. I tell my patients, start with just 2 kiwis a day. 1 in the morning, 1 after lunch. Eat them whole, skin and all if you can. It's gentle on your stomach and powerful in your bloodstream. One of my patients, Leonard, 74, was waking up 4 to 5 times a night to urinate. He lived alone after losing his wife, and he told me, "Doc, I dread going to bed. I know I'll be up all night." I asked him to try kiwi, every day for 2 weeks. No pills. No pressure. Just consistency. 10 days later, he called and said, "I slept through the night for the first time in 6 years." His voice cracked. He sounded like a man who had hope again. And he's just one of many men who turned things around. Stay with me, because the next tip might surprise you. Secret number 2, blueberries, the antioxidant shield for your prostate and mind. You were taught that once your drive fades and your energy drops, there's not much you can do. But the truth is, your prostate isn't the only thing under attack, your brain and blood vessels are suffering too. And it all connects. When circulation slows, when oxidative stress builds, everything feels duller, your thoughts, your desire, even your connection to yourself. That's where blueberries step in. Blueberries are tiny, but they pack one of the highest concentrations of anthocyanins, a group of antioxidants proven to fight the kind of cellular damage that silently inflames your prostate and weakens your blood flow. Every time you eat a handful, you're sending reinforcements to your body's front lines. You're not just protecting your prostate, you're supporting your mind, your mood, and your masculinity from the inside out. Here's what I tell my patients, add 1 small bowl of blueberries to your breakfast. You can eat them fresh, toss them into yogurt, or blend them into a morning smoothie. The key is consistency, not quantity. When you nourish your body daily with this kind of antioxidant power, your tissues start to respond. Blood flow improves. Your mind clears. You feel more present. And sometimes, that's the first step back to feeling like yourself again. Carl, one of my patients in his early 60s, came in exhausted. He said, "Doc, I just don't feel sharp. Not in my body. Not in my mind." I asked him what he was feeding his cells. We started with blueberries, just a handful every morning. 2 weeks later, he looked lighter. He said, "I'm waking up clearer. My wife noticed I smile more." I didn't think fruit could do that. But it did. Don't go anywhere, you need to hear what's coming next. Because the next fruit doesn't just protect, it repairs. And for many men, it's the one they've been missing their whole lives. Secret number 3, pomegranate, the hormonal repair tool hiding in plain sight. You've been told your testosterone decline is permanent. That it's just part of aging. But the truth is, many of the symptoms men blame on getting old are actually the result of chronic inflammation and cellular damage, things that can be supported and even reversed. And one of the most overlooked tools for that? Pomegranate. This ancient fruit doesn't just look powerful, it is. It contains ellagic acid and a unique mix of polyphenol, compounds that go deep into your tissues and help repair the damage caused by years of swelling, poor circulation, and hormonal imbalance. Think of it as nature's quiet repairman, restoring what inflammation has worn down. Here's what I recommend: drink half a glass of pure, unsweetened pomegranate juice each morning. It takes less than a minute, and within a few days, most men notice subtle but important changes: less pressure in the lower abdomen, fewer bathroom trips, and a feeling of ease that hadn't been there in years. One of my patients, Greg, 72, a retired carpenter, had almost given up. He'd tried medication for swelling and testosterone, but it left him foggy and flat. He came in one day and said, "Doc, I don't feel like a man anymore, I feel like I'm fading." I looked him in the eye and said, "Let's try something simpler." 1 week later, after drinking pomegranate juice daily, he returned and said, "I didn't just feel better down there, I felt alive again." Pomegranate isn't flashy. It won't give you results overnight. But what it does is rebuild, from the inside out. It supports your circulation, your hormones, and your sense of self. Quietly. Steadily. Powerfully. Don't go anywhere, because the next fruit might already be in your fridge, and it could be doing far more than quenching your thirst. Secret number 4, watermelon, the cooling circulation booster that works from the inside out. You probably think of watermelon as just a summertime snack. But what most men over 60 don't realize is that this juicy, familiar fruit holds one of nature's best-kept secrets for prostate health, and better blood flow down there. You were taught that improving circulation requires pills or devices. But the truth is, it can start with something as simple as a slice of fruit. Watermelon contains lycopene, the same powerful compound found in tomatoes. But here's the difference: watermelon delivers it in a gentle, hydrating, and highly absorbable form. And when lycopene gets into your bloodstream, it helps lower inflammation inside your prostate and supports better vascular function across your entire lower body. But that's just the beginning. Watermelon's high water content helps flush out the kidneys and urinary tract, reducing pressure, easing flow, and helping your bladder empty more completely. That means less of that frustrating stop and start, fewer middle-of-the-night wake-ups, and more confidence every time you step into the bathroom. I had a patient named Robert, 68, soft-spoken, recently divorced, living alone. He came in looking exhausted. He said, "Doc, I feel bloated all the time. It's like my body's holding something it doesn't want." I told him, "Let's try something old-fashioned. A thick slice of watermelon, every afternoon. Not fancy. Just consistent." 1 week later, he sat down in my office, looked calmer, and said, "I didn't expect much, but I feel lighter. I'm sleeping better. I don't feel so weighed down." That's what watermelon does. It doesn't shout. It doesn't shock your system. It just nourishes. Slowly. Naturally. Effectively. Many men think healing has to be hard, but sometimes, it starts with what's already in your fridge. Stay with me, because the final fruit may be sitting on your kitchen counter right now, and it could be the most powerful one of all. Secret number 5, cooked tomato, the unsuspecting champion for prostate recovery. You've probably walked past it 1,000 times, sitting quietly on your kitchen counter, or hiding in a can on your pantry shelf. You were told it's just a side dish. But the truth is, tomato, when prepared the right way, is one of the most powerful prostate healing foods we have. Tomatoes contain lycopene in the highest known concentration of any common food. But here's what most men don't know: lycopene becomes 4 times more absorbable when the tomato is cooked, especially with a bit of healthy fat like olive oil. That means a warm bowl of tomato soup, a spoon of marinara sauce, or even tomato paste becomes therapeutic fuel for your prostate. Lycopene works by reducing oxidative stress, calming inflammation, and helping prevent overgrowth of the prostate gland. This isn't theory. It's proven. Men who consume cooked tomato products consistently see improvements in urination, bladder pressure, and even sexual function. Not because tomatoes are magic, but because they give your body what it needs to heal. One of my oldest patients, Marvin, 82, was done with medications. He told me, "Doc, I don't want more side effects, I just want to sleep through the night again." So I asked him to try one thing, a warm cup of tomato soup every morning, like his wife used to make. He raised an eyebrow, but agreed. 2 weeks later, he came in smiling. "Something turned back on," he said. "I feel steady again. Strong." Tomatoes are simple, familiar, inexpensive. But don't let that fool you. When prepared right, they're a powerhouse for men over 60. If you want results, consistency is key. I suggest adding cooked tomatoes to one meal per day, whether that's a soup, a sauce, or even a sandwich spread. You don't need fancy supplements. You need the right support, delivered daily. And often, it starts with food you already know, but never knew how to use. Now, let's put it all together, because when these 5 fruits work in harmony, something remarkable happens. Here's the big picture. Kiwi calms inflammation, blueberries protect your cells, pomegranate repairs, watermelon flushes and hydrates, and cooked tomatoes shrink the swelling that's been holding you back. You don't need to change everything overnight. Just start with one. Stay consistent. These aren't fads, they're real tools that have helped men like you feel strong, rested, and confident again. And yes, it's still possible, for you, too. They told you it's just what happens with age. That it's normal to pee 5 times a night, to lose your morning erections, to feel like your desire is slipping away. So you shrugged it off. You accepted it. Maybe even joked about it with your buddies. But the truth is, most men over 60 are making a silent mistake that's costing them far more than they realize. They ignore the early signs. They put off change. They stay silent. They let shame win. But stay with me, because you really need to hear this. You see, one of the most dangerous things I see in men your age is this belief: if I wait, maybe it'll go away. But it doesn't. That pressure in your lower belly? That slow, weak stream? That embarrassing dribble after you thought you were done? It's not just annoying. It's your body telling you something deeper is inflamed. Your prostate is swelling. Your hormones are off. And your circulation is weakening. And if you think that's bad, there's more you need to know. When that inflammation builds, it does more than disrupt your sleep. It begins to steal your confidence, your clarity, and your connection. You feel tired during the day, unfocused, less present with your partner. And when you finally want intimacy, your body doesn't respond. Most men don't even realize it's happening until it's too late. And here's another mistake that makes things worse: thinking food doesn't matter. That healing has to come in a bottle or a prescription. But no one tells you the truth, that the very fruits you ignore in your fridge might be the tools your prostate has been craving all along. No one wants to say it, but you need to hear it. That belief, that nutrition can't help you, is costing men their marriages, their manhood, and their peace of mind. I'm here to tell you the truth. Because this is too important to keep silent about. Now, I get it. You've been conditioned to tough it out. To stay quiet. To carry the discomfort, the shame, the fear of not being the man you used to be. You think talking about it makes you weak. But it doesn't. You're not broken. You're not less of a man. You're inflamed. You're tired. And you've been given terrible advice. But the good news? You can turn it around. Stay with me, I'm going to help you change this. And that's just the beginning. You need to hear what comes next. Knowing what to do is powerful. But without a plan, knowledge is useless. That's why I want to help you turn what you've learned into something you can actually live with, day by day, bite by bite. Because when it comes to your prostate, your hormones, and your manhood, it's not about taking massive action. It's about making quiet, consistent decisions that compound over time. But let's make this real. Here's a simple routine I use with many of my patients over 60. In the morning, start your day with 1 kiwi. It's quick, it's powerful, and it begins reducing inflammation before your coffee is even ready. Add a handful of blueberries to your breakfast, sprinkle them into your oatmeal or mix them into yogurt. Around mid-morning, drink half a glass of pure pomegranate juice. Not the sugary kind, just the real stuff. After lunch, take a slice of watermelon. That's your hydration, circulation, and lycopene boost, all in one. And with dinner or right before bed, enjoy something cooked with tomatoes, soup, marinara, or even a spoonful of tomato paste warmed with olive oil. It doesn't have to be complicated. This routine isn't random. It's built around your body's natural rhythms. Vitamin C from kiwi starts calming inflammation right away. Antioxidants in blueberries protect your cells during the day. Pomegranate helps regulate hormones and repair tissue. Watermelon supports your kidneys and blood vessels when your system needs a midday boost. And cooked tomatoes deliver lycopene at night when your body is in repair mode. It's simple, it's natural, and it works. And listen, you don't have to be perfect. If you start with just 2 of these steps, you're already helping your prostate heal. You're not too old to change. You're not behind. You're right on time. You've just never been shown how to support your body the right way. But now you have the tools. Stick with me, I want you to try this. And don't worry if it doesn't feel like a huge change at first. These foods don't scream. They don't shock. But they whisper healing every day you choose them. And there's even more you need to know. Stay with me, we're not done yet. What we've covered today isn't fluff. It's not just wellness talk or trendy hacks. This is real, science-backed medicine for your body, the kind that works gently, naturally, and consistently. Kiwi to calm the fire. Blueberries to protect. Pomegranate to repair. Watermelon to flush and refresh. Tomatoes to shrink and restore. These aren't superfoods, they're everyday tools for healing. This is not just talk, it's real medicine for real men. But here's the hard truth, if you ignore these signs, if you keep putting it off, things won't stay the same. The urgency will increase. Your sleep will suffer. And little by little, the man you once felt like will seem further and further away. And I don't want that for you. You've probably carried this in silence for years. The late-night bathroom runs. The feeling of not being fully yourself. Maybe even the quiet fear of fading intimacy. But you're not broken. You're not alone. And you're definitely not too old to change. You can do this. 1 habit. 1 decision. 1 better breakfast at a time. If anything I said today hit home, tell me in the comments. Type 1 if you're ready to try. Type 0 if you're still unsure. Don't stay silent, join the conversation. And if this video helped you, hit subscribe. Tap the notification bell so you never miss a chance to take back control of your health, on your terms. Thank you for staying with me to the very end. That tells me something powerful about you, you still care. You're still here. And you still believe there's more life ahead. I believe it too. Stay with me, more truths are coming your way.